Welcome to our journey of transforming your cottage into a timeless haven with vintage charm. Red accents are not only eye-catching but can infuse warmth, character, and energy into any space. In this video, we will explore simple, yet impactful ways to incorporate bold red tones into your vintage cottage decor. Whether it's a cozy nook or an entire room, these accents will bring your home to life. A vintage cottage design is all about blending the old with the new, creating a sense of comfort, and embracing elements of nostalgia. The right mix of rustic furniture, vintage pieces, and red accents can tie everything together effortlessly. Let's dive into how you can strategically use red to complement your existing vintage pieces and create a harmonious atmosphere. In this guide, we'll showcase several ways to add red accents through textiles, furniture, wall art, and other accessories, ensuring each space feels inviting, fresh, and timeless. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with all the knowledge you need to refresh your cottage decor and make it uniquely yours. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below for more inspiration. Choosing the right shade of red is crucial when decorating a vintage cottage. The wrong tone can overpower a room, but the perfect hue will seamlessly blend with the existing decor. Rich, deep reds like burgundy or crimson work wonderfully in vintage spaces, adding sophistication without being too bold. On the other hand, soft reds, like rose or coral, can bring warmth and coziness to a room. The key is to find a red that complements the other colors in your space. Vintage cottages often feature earthy tones and muted pastels, so a red that leans toward a more muted or dusky tone will be easier to integrate. For example, pairing a soft red with beige or light gray walls can create a beautiful contrast that feels both fresh and timeless. Don't be afraid to experiment with different shades of red in various areas of your home. From accent walls and throw blankets to vases and furniture, the right red can be the focal point of a room or a subtle highlight. Keep in mind that balancing reds with neutral tones will ensure they shine without overwhelming the space. Textiles are one of the easiest ways to introduce red into your vintage cottage. From throw pillows and blankets to curtains and rugs, fabric accents can infuse a room with both color and texture. Opting for rich red fabrics, like velvet or linen, can add a touch of elegance and warmth to any space. These textiles soften the boldness of red, allowing it to blend beautifully with vintage decor. Throw pillows and blankets are great starting points for adding red to a room. Consider mixing different shades of red in a single area to create depth and visual interest. A vintage sofa adorned with a mix of crimson, rose, and burgundy pillows will instantly transform the space, providing both comfort and style. Don't forget about textiles like curtains, which can be an easy way to add large swaths of red without overwhelming the room. Interior rugs are another wonderful opportunity to integrate red into your vintage cottage decor. A rich, red-toned rug can anchor the room, drawing attention to the seating area and complementing surrounding decor. Look for rugs with vintage patterns that incorporate red as a central color, or opt for a solid red design to create a striking focal point. Red furniture is a statement piece that can completely transform the atmosphere of a vintage cottage. Whether it's a bold red armchair, a vintage red painted chest, or a crimson side table, incorporating red furniture into your space creates a focal point that instantly draws attention. The key is balancing the intensity of the red with your existing decor to ensure it complements the overall aesthetic without overwhelming it. When introducing red furniture, consider using it in smaller pieces like chairs, side tables, or ottomans. A red armchair, for example, can serve as a striking accent in a living room or bedroom, drawing the eye and adding vibrancy to the room. Pair it with softer neutrals or vintage-inspired patterns to prevent the color from becoming too dominant. It's all about finding harmony. Another way to incorporate red furniture is through accent pieces like vintage red painted cabinets or shelving units. These pieces bring a pop of color to your space while maintaining the charm and history of a vintage cottage. Don't forget that red furniture, when paired with warm wood tones, creates a beautiful contrast that evokes both coziness and style. Incorporating red into wall art can instantly add personality and vibrancy to your vintage cottage. Whether it's a painting, print, or a handmade piece, artwork can elevate the space while showcasing your unique style. Red tones in artwork can serve as a bold statement, especially when paired with neutral or muted walls. It's a fantastic way to bring a splash of color to an otherwise calm and serene room. When selecting red artwork, consider vintage-inspired pieces that incorporate shades of red in a way that complements your overall decor. For instance, a classic still life painting with red apples or a vintage floral print with touches of red will seamlessly integrate into a cottage-style home. These pieces will not only bring color to the walls but also reinforce the vintage aesthetic. If you prefer a more modern touch, abstract art with red accents can still work well in a vintage setting, provided it maintains a balance with the room's traditional elements. Look for art that uses red as an accent color, paired with earth tones or gold, to create an elegant yet eclectic vibe. Red wall art can tie together the different elements in the room, enhancing the atmosphere without overwhelming it. The kitchen is a perfect space to incorporate red accents that blend functionality with style. Red can infuse warmth and energy into your cottage kitchen without overwhelming the room. Consider using red on smaller items like dishware, utensils, and canisters to add pops of color. These accents work well against white or neutral colored cabinets, creating a vibrant yet balanced look. Red can also be introduced through kitchen textiles such as towels, aprons, and rugs. A bold red rug placed under a vintage wooden table or beside the sink can tie together the space while providing warmth underfoot. Red dish towels and oven mitts can also add subtle yet charming touches of color, reflecting the vintage cottage theme. For a more dramatic effect, consider incorporating red into larger kitchen features like a red accent wall, cabinetry, or a statement red fridge. A red fridge, in particular, is a bold yet timeless choice, evoking a nostalgic feel that fits perfectly within a vintage-inspired kitchen. The key is balancing these vibrant red accents with neutral tones to keep the space inviting and functional. Introducing red into your outdoor space can create a welcoming and vibrant atmosphere. Red accents on patios, porches, or garden furniture instantly attract attention and infuse life into the area. Whether through cushions, throw blankets, or even outdoor rugs, red helps define cozy, stylish areas where guests will feel invited. When paired with natural greens and neutral furniture, red provides a striking contrast that makes your outdoor space stand out. Patio furniture in bold red can be both a practical and aesthetic choice. A vintage-inspired red bench or metal chairs can add color while still offering comfort and durability for outdoor use. Pairing these furniture pieces with other natural materials, like wood or wicker, ensures that the red accents feel cohesive with the natural surroundings. It's all about balance, mixing colors that harmonize with the beauty of your garden or patio. Red outdoor planters are another way to incorporate the color into your outdoor space. Choose vintage or weathered red pots for an antique-inspired look, or select bold, modern red planters to add a contemporary twist. These planters, filled with vibrant flowers or greenery, create a beautiful juxtaposition against the deep greens of your plants. They're perfect for adding just the right touch of color to any outdoor area. Textiles are an easy and versatile way to add red to your vintage cottage home. Whether through curtains, cushions, or bedding, red fabrics bring warmth and richness to any room. Opt for a deep crimson throw draped over your sofa or a pair of red-patterned cushions on a neutral armchair to create an inviting atmosphere. The softness of textiles ensures that the boldness of red is balanced, making it a perfect accent color for your vintage-inspired home. For a more dramatic impact, consider red in larger textile elements, such as area rugs or bedding. A rich red rug in a vintage-style living room or bedroom can tie the room together while making a statement. Similarly, red bedding, such as a duvet cover or throw blanket, can bring an elegant touch of color to your space without feeling too overpowering. The key is to mix the red textiles with softer, neutral tones for a harmonious, balanced look. Red is also a fantastic choice for vintage-style curtains or drapes. A pair of deep red curtains can frame your windows beautifully, adding a regal, timeless touch to any room. When chosen in luxurious fabrics like velvet or linen, red curtains can enhance the vintage charm of your cottage, offering both style and practicality by controlling light and privacy. Incorporating red into your furniture pieces is a bold way to make a statement in your vintage cottage. A red armchair or vintage sofa can become the focal point of a room, injecting energy and personality into the space. Opt for pieces with vintage charm, like a classic red velvet sofa or an antique red painted wooden chair, to keep the room feeling cohesive with your cottage aesthetic. Red furniture is a great way to blend timeless design with bold color, creating a comfortable yet striking atmosphere. If you're not ready to commit to large furniture pieces, red accents on smaller items like side tables, stools, or console tables are equally impactful. A red painted wooden side table or a vintage red dresser can add a pop of color without overpowering the space. Pair these pieces with more neutral or natural furniture to allow the red accents to shine. This method offers a more subtle approach to incorporating red while still creating a vibrant contrast. When using red furniture, balance is key. Mixing red with other cottage-inspired elements, such as distressed wood, wicker, or floral patterns, creates a harmonious blend of vintage and bold accents. Red furniture works best when surrounded by natural light and muted tones, allowing it to stand out while still feeling at home in the space. Using red in your artwork and wall decor is a fantastic way to bring bold color into your vintage cottage. Red can be incorporated through framed paintings, vintage posters, or even modern art pieces. Choose artwork with rich red tones to complement the other accents in your room, creating a striking visual focal point. Whether it's a classic oil painting featuring red flowers or a contemporary abstract piece with bold red strokes, wall art can inject energy and personality into your home. Red wall hangings, such as vintage tapestries or red-framed mirrors, can also serve as eye-catching features. A vintage-inspired tapestry with red and gold accents can add both texture and warmth to a space, making the room feel more inviting and cohesive. A large red-framed mirror above a fireplace or in a hallway can create a dramatic effect, reflecting light and adding a touch of timeless elegance. When selecting wall decor with red accents, balance the intensity of the color with surrounding neutral tones. The red will pop without overwhelming the space if it is framed by softer hues like white, beige, or natural wood. Red works well with vintage styles, so don't hesitate to combine it with other classic cottage decor elements like floral patterns, distressed finishes, or antique frames. Accent pieces are a perfect way to introduce red into your vintage cottage home without overwhelming the space. These small yet impactful touches can be incorporated through decorative objects like vases, lamps, or throw blankets. A red vase filled with fresh flowers can add a pop of color to any tabletop or shelf, while red candles or candle holders create a warm, inviting ambience. These accents offer flexibility, allowing you to easily adjust the intensity of the red in your space. Consider red in functional accent pieces, like a vintage red clock, a set of red ceramic mugs, or even a retro-style red lamp. These pieces not only contribute to your design but also serve a practical purpose. Red accents in smaller items allow you to experiment with the color and change it up seasonally, keeping your home fresh while still retaining that vintage charm. Red can also be incorporated through textiles and other smaller decorative elements like patterned pillows, throws, or area rugs. A red and white checkered throw blanket on the back of a sofa or a red cushion with intricate patterns can evoke a rustic, vintage look while bringing warmth and comfort to your home. These pieces are simple to switch out, providing endless possibilities for incorporating red into your design. Incorporating red into your vintage cottage design adds a timeless and bold touch that effortlessly blends with the charm of cottage-style decor. Red brings warmth, vibrancy, and energy to your space, creating a cozy and inviting atmosphere. Whether used in textiles, furniture, artwork, or accent pieces, the strategic use of red can elevate your home's aesthetic without overwhelming it. By balancing the intensity of red with neutral tones and vintage-inspired elements, you can achieve a harmonious look that feels both fresh and timeless. Remember, the beauty of using red in a vintage cottage lies in its versatility. It can be as subtle as a red cushion on a neutral chair or as bold as a red velvet sofa. The key is to allow the color to enhance the vintage elements of your space, bringing together comfort, style, and warmth. Red is a classic color that transcends trends and fits perfectly in any vintage-inspired setting, from rustic cottages to more refined, traditional homes. As you experiment with red, don't be afraid to combine it with other vintage-inspired colors like soft whites, distressed wood tones, and earthy neutrals. Red's versatility ensures it pairs well with a wide range of decor, creating a timeless look that will never go out of style. So, embrace red accents to transform your vintage cottage into a charming, cozy haven full of personality and warmth.